is MaryAiñe with Angels Light Your Way. And we will be here for the next hour on this particular channel. And I will be talking about, several different things, of course. But mainly, we're going to talk about how to work with your angels and what is it that you want them to help you do. It's important to know how to give directions and, if you will, even a command that is a loving, yes, this is definite, this is what I want. It's easy to respond to when you have clear direction, and to know that whatever you're experiencing in your life, it's like if you look at the glass half empty, you will see the glass half empty. If you see the glass half full, well, then you know there's always enough. And if you take it a step further and if you're taking it a step further and you know that it will refill itself, then you are way ahead of the game. And it is the game we call life, which is the biggest chess game you'll ever have to play. So remember that we are spirit beings down here having human experiences, and we have the ability to make it easy or difficult. So it's time for us to really get together, to circle up, to start recognizing that so many of us have the ability to create more than what we're getting, and in ways that feel good to us, feel good to our heart and our soul. And that's what we'll be talking about today. So this is MaryAiñe, and I'd love to hear from you, anyone who may be listening, calling in, or perhaps you're listening to the replay. That's wonderful. Thank you so much in advance. And I would like to start now with a meditation, an angel invocation, to bring our awareness into this time and place as you take a nice deep breath and breathe with me as we step into the sanctuary of our mind's eye. Breathe in the wonderful atmosphere of our Earth Mother. Allow yourself to settle in with full support of the Mother Earth below, Father Sky above, as you feel nestled and safe between the two. In your mind's eye, envision your own sanctuary. It may be a meadow near a body of water, or a mountain with a beautiful stream running to a pond of warm water. See the beautiful foliage. Feel the textures. Notice the smells of the flowers and of earth. All the different parts. As you hear the birds and crickets and the flutter of wings, perhaps you hear frogs. We recognize the directions of the east, of the north, of the west, of the south, above as well as below. Feel the presence of the angels. I call on the Archangels Michael, the Archangel Ariel, the Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, the Archangel Sandalphon, and the Archangel Metatron to be here with us today and assist us, no matter whether this is heard live or heard as a replay, that the energy that we carry today, on this particular day, May 9th, that we carry this throughout every listening of this particular talk. Now, with intention, feel the presence of your angels. Any concern that you may have, any questions you may have, feel assured that the answers will come to you when you ask the angels for assistance. And now bring your attention to the current time and space as we begin our talk for today. Thank you for joining us with Angels Light Your Way as you connect to your angels and receive their intuitive guidance. Well, today we are calling on our angel team so that you are able to say and believe with conviction that it is better than I expected. Things are going along better than I expected. The results that I got are better than I expected. The house that I got is better than I expected. The car I got, the raise I got, the job I got, the person in your life better than you expected. So that gives the universe room to bring you more than you realized you wanted. Isn't that cool? It is pretty cool because as people, as human beings, we shortchange ourselves a lot. There are times when you can look back on your life and think, boy, if I would have settled for what I thought I wanted then, I would have missed out on so many wonderful experiences. I would have missed out on adventures and meeting interesting people, having wonderful experiences because I didn't ask for enough. Or I pinpointed what I wanted way too much and narrowed it down so that the universe couldn't really deliver me more. And so we're going to help. We're going to actually circle up with our angels. As you called in your angels already, know that they're right there with you. And so how do we decide what things to ask our angels to do? What kind of assignments do you give them? And trust that the angels will help you, that they know how to help you. They know way beyond you what you already need. They're waiting for you to ask for it and to command it. And it's not a command like a dictator. It's a command from a sense of, this is my divine birthright, and I am claiming it now. Now. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be harsh. It is just words that come from your heart and come from your soul deep inside, that you know this is your divine birthright, part of your destiny, whatever it is that you are calling forward. Well, all great teams have a leader or a coach or someone that is in charge and guiding the rest of everyone involved through their paces, right? So let's put this another way. As if we were a team, somebody's got to be the captain, okay? And when you talk to your angels, you can rally them up. You can call on your main angels, which are 3 angels, and you can start them creating teams to work on things for you. And they will. They love to. They thrive on helping us. But because they don't have the free will that we have, then we have to ask them and we have to let them know what it is we want. And so all the great teams that have a good captain, a good manager, they have assigned somebody. They've gotten the best they could find. And so that's step number 1. And once you know that you've recognized you have an angel team, is to give them assignments, to put in place a management angel. Okay, you need a manager. And the manager is going to recruit the rest of the team and have them fulfill the wishes that you've put in place. And so you have a manager on board and you talk to your manager. It's like the directors of the different departments. So you have your money person that is also, the accountant person. That's another angel. You want on board to help you manage your finances. And you also want your relationship angel on board, the one that also interacts with all different relations, work, love life, children, parents, neighbors, that the relationship angel is there to help and assist you. There's more angels that you can call for, but let's focus on these three for now. And so what is it that if you are creating assignments, what is it that you struggle with that you know someone that has expertise would do a better job? And maybe it's that you're in a position where you don't know who to hire, where you aren't in a position to hire anyone, but you need someone and you know that. So it's like, let's put the angels on it. Ask the angels to show up and assist you. And while you're doing this, think about, okay, management angels, what all needs to be managed? Well, the inflow in my life, the people that come into my life, that I'd feel much better having people that are conscious and aware and spiritual and have an awareness of a higher consciousness, a higher vibration, that we create what's happening with our words, with the way we say things, and our thoughts, that our thoughts affect our words and our thoughts affect our emotions. And our emotions, knowing that they are energy in motion, whatever it is that we're putting out there with our words. I mean, if it's love, you're putting out love, beautiful, beautiful. You're putting out peace, beautiful. You're putting out acceptance, wonderful. Curiosity, fabulous. What a great combination. But if you're putting out dissatisfaction and frustration and indifference and sadness, and you're not satisfied, you're disappointed perhaps in people, then your expectations are putting out there a negativity that can only come back. It is reflected back to you. I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm having a little catch in my throat. Thank you. That helps. So watching your words is very important, and knowing that when you ask the angels to help you, thank them. I thank you, angels. I get green lights going into town. I get green lights on my way to work. Thank you, angels. Thank you so much. I find a parking spot right in the front or right in the shade when I need shade because my pup's with me. Thank you, angels. Thank you so much for taking care of me. When somebody jumps out, in the sidewalk, or a car jumps out, and it's unexpected, thank you, angels, for letting me see that before it became a problem. And thank you for all the times that you have intervened on my behalf to prevent something that would be really unpleasant, like a car running into me, something like that, oh gosh, I saw them ahead of time and could break. And thank you, angels, for protecting me. So that's how I talk to my angels a lot. Now, I have assigned management angels to manage my comings and goings of clientele and the people that call me, that I have an idea of the people that I'd love to work with, and they're the ones that are really ready to dive deep into their belief systems and what they've been carrying throughout their lives, and examine, not detail by detail, but very much how this began, this belief I have that has haunted me or plagued me through my life, that has caused relationships to dissolve and fight or flight responses or reactions to happen, and a difficulty trusting people. It's like when I work with particularly women, that have been in these circumstances where they're afraid to trust, but they want to have someone, they want to have a relationship, but they've had poor relationships that left them feeling abandoned and cold and alone and unhappy, and they want something better, but they're afraid to try again. They're afraid to reach out. And so often a woman in that position will come to me because she wants to move past those patterns that have been set and began when we were young, when we were in our younger years, our adolescence, how boys reacted to us, responded, what kind of games, what kind of heartbreaks, all those kind of things, what happened with our dad when we became adolescents impacted us, so many different things, our church, our culture, religious beliefs, our school, our neighbors, our big families, little families, what kind of attention we got. All of these factor in to what kind of relationships we attract now. And so asking your management angel to help you discern who you're looking for, what are the attributes that you would like to have. You're going to get some nudges of things that are important, like spirituality perhaps. If you want somebody who is learning at the same stage as you are, then that's an important piece to say that, yes, I want to be companionable and compatible with somebody with my spiritual beliefs, not have two opposing views. We want to have similar beliefs so that we enjoy going to the same kind of programs or gatherings, spiritual conscious gatherings. And I want them to be doing yoga with me or mountain biking or hiking or kayaking, things like that. Or no, I want to be able to read books and discuss books and history. So all of these different aspects, these are things that our angels will help with. So in relationships, when you are putting out a call to your relationship angel, so it's going to be tweaked a little differently, but it's still going to be, this is the kind of person that I see when I take a snapshot of the people that I want to work with, the environment that I want to work in, then this snapshot of the person that will fit in is what I want the angels to help me with, so that they'll help me to vibrate in, to magnetically appeal to the person that will be perfect for that position. And when we take a snapshot of a person and how the type, the qualities, what they bring to the table, when we take a snapshot of how they fit in with what we're doing, we're giving the angels a better idea, as well as ourselves, that, wow, okay, I see a person like this, and they kind of, you get an idea of what they look like, what they sound like, how they're going to resonate with you. And then, boom, okay, angels, I have it. Let's get my relationship angel scouting on about and locating this person that we can give them a nudge that they need to look this way and find me here. And so that, oh gosh, that serendipitous type of meeting that we have, I will happen more readily because it's clear what we're asking for. Okay? So I noticed that we have someone online. I'm going to see if I can bring her up. And let's see. It's a web call. And I see Julia. I'm not sure if I can actually get you on, but go ahead and say something.
Hi.
Let's see. Oh, it's working. Yay. Hi, Julia.
Hi.
Hi, this is MaryAiñe. How are you today?
I am very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Well, I'm delighted to see you here. So I'm just wondering if you came to the call with a question or something that you'd like to know more about.
Well, no, not really.
Okay,
I was just
that's fine too.
I have not done any WIN network seminars in quite a while, and I saw that you were going to be on, and I thought, I'll check it out. That's why I'm here.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm really happy to have you here. Welcome. And, of course, you know that there is a replay in case you missed the first part, and that you can always listen to. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on with where I was. And if you do have a question, just let me know. I'll check back in. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I pulled a card as we were beginning, and I started with the invocation. It was just before that. I pulled one of the angel cards to get an idea of what the energy for today would be. And the card that I pulled from this Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot is the Queen of Fire. Beautiful, kind of a brick red card. Beautiful fiery colors. And so she's a very, her concentration, the look of concentration in her face is, there's a boldness, a confidence to it that, you know, it's like she is sure of where she wants to go and what she wants to do, and looks straight ahead. And she has a beautiful crown and a very beautiful gown on with these bright yellow, orange, pink, green wings. They're really beautiful fire colors, and a lot of fire colors in the back. And there's also a small dragon in here with her, which is fun. And so the Queen of Fire, as you can imagine, is going to be confident and a strength within her. There's a beauty about fire, as you can imagine, if you just think about flames and how a person with that energy is graceful and eloquent and sparky. Of course, there are times when they are fiery and they want things to go the way they want to go, and also very intelligent and powerful, really powerful. And so the message from this card is root chakra, a lot of root chakra, being connected, putting your feet firmly on the earth and sending your roots down into the earth and connecting with your unique and special spot that is down there. You'll find it. If you haven't found it yet, you're going to find a stone or something as you send your grounding cord into the earth, and you just wait until you find the spot, or something will come forward in your mind's eye that, yes, this is it. This is where I plug in. This is where I source my energy from Mother Earth. And of course, you can bring it up, and that is fiery earth energy. It's mama energy. It's from the center of the earth. And then you also can send another cord, the golden cord. One is a silver cord, one is a golden cord, up into the heavens, and tap into the Heavenly Father and bring the energy of the sky down and the heavens down into you to create this warm, unique, whole space that you're enveloped in. And so the message in this card is to really stretch your wings and fly. It's like, be on purpose, in your passion, know the thing that brings a fire into your heart that you are just excited about, that you know this is part of your calling because it feels so right to you. And so that's where you start really just, you take the intuition, you take the nudges, you work with your angels, you ask them to guide you, direct you. It's like, who am I to meet today? Every day when you wake up, it's like, who am I going to touch today? Who will I talk to? Who will I meet? Who has a message for me? I'm going to get out there and just do my day and spread the love that I feel. Let that aura of love just spread out bigger and bigger. And this is not spreading your aura out. You're letting the love spread beyond your aura. You want to keep your aura a little, in tighter to you. But let the love flow. The flow of love will just keep going like ripples. And so when you put that out into the air, the atmosphere, you're part of the solution. You're part of bringing the angels into their unique job, which is helping and praying and loving and guiding. And so when we think about ourselves, a lot of times we get these insecurities and we think that we start second guessing ourselves and, that age-old thing of who do you think you are to want X, Y, and Z. Well, as Marianne Williamson put it, who are you not to be, to expect to see your bright light, your greatness? And that's what we're talking about today. Having your angels help you to express yourself and orchestrate the details that you can say confidently that it is better than I expected. It's better than I expected. Whatever is happening today, whatever is happening as we watch the way the world turns, that things might get kind of scary, icky, not sure, don't know if these people know what they're thinking, doing, the world leaders, and then they calm down, they back off, they start shifting directions again. It's kind of interesting, like watching dogs fight or something, that how they circle around and size each other up, or prize fighters for that matter, the way they parry and it's interesting. But see, they're doing what they're doing, and they have their own angels to work with them, and the angels are there whether they work with them specifically or not. Well, I hope they do, but the angels are still there just in case. The angels are everywhere, and so we can always call on them and ask them for guidance, and then be grateful for what happens. There's a lot of turmoil today in the world, and there's a lot of turmoil here where I live, and with the cosmos, we're being pushed to strengthen ourselves, to stand up for what we believe in, to stop being ambivalent to what's happening. And really, it's like, is this all there is to life? No, there's so much more. And when you take a stand, you put your stake in the ground, you take a stand for what it is that you are passionate about. And then you call forward your angel team, and you create your angel team. You decide if you want a management angel or a relationship angel or a money angel that handles the finances. The financial angel is like, make sure that this cornucopia of my divine birthright of money is flowing, that I'm not mucking it up as a human or worrying about things. If I hand it over to the angels and let them orchestrate the details, then I'm not getting in the way. And how I get in my way, and of course other people do too, because I hear it, is complaining, worrying, speaking about how frustrated you are. And okay, if you're venting, then let the person know that, hey, I just need to vent for 5 minutes. Is that okay? And they'll probably agree with you. And if they don't, then okay, next. Because maybe they've got their own stuff they need to vent about. And so that would be another type of a mediator angel, or, that the ability to switch gears and feel compassion for the other person. That, wow, they've probably got some stuff going on. And so here I am just thinking about me and not realizing that maybe I need to be listening instead of talking. And that would be the best gift to give someone who is worried and helping. And so I have a couple of people in my life that are very dear to me, and they both have notices that they have to move and by July 1st. And so they're both concerned. I mean, one of them now is ill, probably just a cold, but the worry has made her ill. Her whole family has to move after 9 years of living in one place, and the other one is at a real turning point in her life, whether she moves away from here or she finds something here. And so she's single. She doesn't have a family to raise still. So it's different dynamics and different needs for each of them. But I get to talk to both of them, especially when they're panicked, and remind them that everything will work out beautifully, and especially the lady with the family, that as long as I've known her, she has not moved often, but when she has, she's found great places to move to that perfectly fit her needs. They're not always the first choice, but they're the ones that come through like it's the ninth hour, and it's perfect for her. So what we got to do is with this particular situation is to get the angels, her angels, and we'll have to have a talk about this now that I'm talking about it here. I can see I need to have this conversation with her, that we put the the domestic angels, the house hunting angels on the job to search out and find the perfect place that is within the budget, that accepts the cat, that has room for 2 kids, and all the things that they require. And so how one does this, and as you make a list, you get out a piece of paper and you write down the things that are most important to you to have, and how much you can spend, what your top is, and all of the things that are the details that you have to take care of every month. And whether you're buying or you're renting, it's still the same process to create this list that then you turn over. I mean, you fold it up, you put it away, you turn it over to the angel that you have asked and assigned to orchestrate the details with their own angel team. And then you let it go and you trust. I kid you not, you trust that it will happen. When I was looking for a place, it was, probably 10 years ago now. It was just a quarter mile down the road from where I am. This used to be countryside, and it's still kind of country, but it got a major 2-lane highway going past. So I needed to move from a bigger place that was actually too much for me to afford. It was twice what I could afford. But it was a great place to live in for 3 months. And I cherished that part, but when it was time to go, it was time to go. And I was looking for a place to live, and I was, thinking about what I needed and where I wanted to be, and I was really thinking about this little area that I wanted to find something right here. And see, I didn't see the ad. A friend of mine saw the ad. she was reading the newspaper in the morning, and she saw the ad for the farmhouse. And she called me, and she said, call this place right away. And I called it right away, and I was the first caller. And so that, gave me a nudge. So I got the place, and there were quite a few people that looked at it. They interviewed a lot of people, but because I was the first one and the references and the money and I had everything together, I was given first option. And of course I took it, and I lived there for 7 years. It was great. And so that was something that I didn't even have time to worry about where I was going to move. I don't think I put it out there, and it happened. It happened. And so often your angels will show up as people you know. And so they are doing this work, and they're receiving the instinct, the impulse to go here and run into this person and get this information and give it back to, you. And those kind of things seem serendipitous, like being in the right place at the right time. And I've talked about this before, wanting to do running errands and thinking, I'm going to go this way. And then last minute I think, no, I'll go to this place first, and then I'll go to that place, and running into people that needed to see me. It's happened over and over. And that's all the angels working. That is absolutely the angels working on our lives. And so they know these people needed to talk to me or hear what I had to say, or it's a very dear friend that is worried that she's not going to find a place, and I need to help her remember to, have faith and trust, which is hard for her because of her trauma. But she's getting better. She's getting better. And so people learn at different phases of their life and at different speeds. And sometimes, even the most spiritual conscious people have big, big things happen to them. And I'm in a position that 5 dear people, 2 are, related, have lost their grown children that are, 28 to 30-ish. They've lost their grown children or grandchildren, and it's devastating. And I see part of my position in their life as a human angel, that so many of us are. We have our little angel wings tucked away. Sometimes it's hard to see them, but if you let your angel wings out, if you start thinking about it and really let that aspect of your own human angel out, you'll discover that your wings can spread out and hold somebody from across the room. Sometimes you see someone and they just need a hug. You can tell. And so you might not feel like you want to interject your intuition on them, but you could just ask, it's like soul to soul, mind to mind, would you like a little angel hug? And just see what the response is. Some people you get a no. Some people you get a yes. And you just, use your angel wings to give them a beautiful hug. And you can watch. I've done this now. I've forgotten about this for a long time. But every once in a while, when I see a child particularly that is upset, or a baby, or a frantic mother, she's trying to get all the errands done, and the baby's crying, and you've seen them. You've been one probably. I have, of course. And you just give them an angel hug. And if you want, a human angel hug is even better. But if that doesn't feel possible or appropriate to you, give them an angel hug and just watch what happens, because they'll soften. They'll gentle. their selves. And you can see that it's like they feel it. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And it feels like a great gift of love that is very easy to offer. And oh gosh, if we did that to everybody we saw, I just think we would have a real peaceful world. It's like, okay, let's create an angel team of love warriors. We're gonna be the love givers, or the love brigade and the hug brigade. We can set out this maybe really do it. Not just talk about it, but actually do it and see what happens. That we could start Facebooking this information, or I'm not a great tweeter, but I suppose that would be a good place to do it. Is to create a love brigade, and we just send out energetic, loving hugs to brighten up people's days, and to our own loved ones, of course, that are maybe miles and miles away or hours and hours away, and I think it would be fun to see how many phone calls come back when people get this love that they notice. It's tangible. They feel it, and they respond. It's a beautiful thing to be able to intuitively tap in to our loved one's energy. And yeah. So that's the other thing that angels help with is the ideas. Ideas pop in my head or your head, and they help us. It's like, yeah, how would that be? And if it's an idea that's going to stick, then it's something that really gets you excited. You become passionate about it, and so it starts something that feels good energetically, feels better and better every day, and the results that come along are better than I expected, and more people are participating, and so when we talk to our angels and even put out affirmations, it's all positive. It's like we're having this grand party, and the energy is getting higher and higher and more consistent with our beliefs, and our beliefs are getting stronger, and the results start verifying that, and validating that, this is real. This is real, and it totally is showing up in my life, and it works. If you want to gauge it that way, it's like it works, it's real, I see results, it's fantastic, I feel better than ever, it's better than I expected. And that little mantra, it's better than I expected, I think is a really fun one, because it leaves a lot of room for the universe to bring forward even more than we expected. Because if you just think back 20 years for a minute, that had you 20 years ago, let me see, that would have been 1998, what were you doing? And what did you think you were going to do with your life at that time? Now, I had just changed careers a couple of years before, and was still kind of segueing into my new career as a holistic healer, massage therapist, health educator, transition specialist, and working with Rapid Eye and working with people in a new way, and left behind being a park ranger and working with men and working for contractors and being a Jill of all trades. So that's a big move on my part. And I had no idea how my life was going to unfold from there to now. I thought I was moving to Hawaii, but that didn't actually happen. I moved to the Sierras instead, and met 4 of my best women friends, all in one area. And that was an amazing thing. And a lot of the classes that I've done between then and now have just expanded my life so much, and the experiences that I had in the Bay Area, and the healers that I worked with, and the ones that worked with me on my stuff, and all the different experiences, amazing experiences. I would have never guessed. And so for now, on this day, this is a really good time to take a look at the next 20 years and just see what would you put out there, and write it down, write it in a journal or write it someplace and tuck it away, what you think will happen. And the things that are projects that you want results in, put out there to your management angels and see what they bring back to you. So 20 years down the road, what is going to be in your life? Are we going to be driving around like the Jetsons and spaceships and air cars, or, that'll be fun. So, Julia, how are you doing over there? Do you have any questions yet or comments? Let's see. Oops. Okay, there, try again.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. It's just really interesting. I'm really enjoying listening to what you have to offer and say, and it's making me think a lot.
All right. What are you thinking about?
Thinking about the people who have been the angel in my life, the human form of angel. Also, a couple of times when I've been angel to others, and, what are the other times, I don't even know that I am. And that being present and being aware is part of the human experience, and being in community with others because of that very reason.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have more power than we even imagine with our words, with our smiles, with our intentions, and just a smile, a simple thing like a smile. Any one of us, can turn on this $1 million smile and change a person's day. And it's a fun thing to do. It's fun. It's interesting to watch the reactions of others and be in the place of, I want to see what happens when I'm downtown or at the mall and people are looking kind of, hairy, glum, whatever. There's a lot of people having fun too. We see that. But particularly the ones that don't look like they're having fun. It's like, watch what happens when you just turn on your big smile that you are sending them love, and of course the love all comes, from the Creator, and it passes through us, but it's like we are allowing ourselves to be a vessel in that moment and share the gift that we're given. And I would imagine that there are people out there that having somebody notice them, just notice them and smile at them sincerely could change their day incredibly. There's so many lonely people. And so the people that do have loved ones in their life, we're so fortunate. I mean, I come from a big family and have dear, close friends and a small circle. I mean, even, I guess, I know a lot of people, but the people that know a lot about me are a small circle. Let's put it that way. They've been with me my whole life. And so that's a very comforting thing. I've always got someone to go to when I need to. But there's so many people out there that don't. And so a way that we can really show up as part of our own angel self is to reach out to the ones that that appear to need some love, some extra love, some encouragement. And it's not hard to do. It's just a smile. A smile is an easy thing to give away. And, when you see somebody hurting, an angel hug is an easy thing to give away. I have a plaque on my wall that was given to me by my first massage instructor when we graduated. And it's always been on my wall ever since then, and in a really lovely frame, and it's nice soft colors, and this is what it says. The moment that you notice that you are just an instrument of God, the moment you become like a hollow flute, the wind will flow through you, and there will be music. I'm going to read that again. The moment you notice that you are just an instrument of God, the moment you become like a hollow flute, the wind will flow through you, and there will be music. I've always thought that was a beautiful way to acknowledge being a human angel, part of the world, that each one of us has gifts. We may not have discovered them all, but we have them, and you can tell what they are by the things that people come to you for. Do they come to you for advice? Do they come to you for a listening ear or your compassion, or do they come to eat? One of my sisters always has food, and so she'll feed me when I don't pop in very often, but once in a while, and she always, have you eaten anything? And she gives me something to eat. And so different people give us different feedback or different energy when we see them. And so at that time, they're being the one that's flowing the energy. They're flowing the love to me or to you. And then there's so many other times that I flow the love to people, and I'm sure you do too, that you send energy and good wishes to people, that they have a wonderful day, that they feel good, that they get something wonderful, a good surprise, or, a God shot, which is good stuff happening. Somebody says something really nice, or a compliment or something, or you get an affirmation that, wow, the struggle you have is going to work out all right. Somebody will tell you something. And especially something that you hear 3 times that you're thinking about and you're losing sleep over, maybe you're worrying about, you're chewing on it, and you'll hear somebody tell you, hey, you need to write a book. That happened to me. And then somebody else, like a week later, said, you're going to write a book. She was a psychic. And another person, it was like I heard it 3 times from 3 different people, very different people. And, I have written one about Ireland, and I'm working on another one. I'm on my 2nd draft, and that's something I do Wednesdays now again. So I have to sit down and discipline myself to do a lot of writing also on Mondays and Tuesdays, and sometimes even Wednesdays before 7 o'clock, before 6 o'clock. So I have, I forget where I was going with this. Oh, the three people telling you, the 3 times you hear something, that's another way that angels communicate, through people, that they're bringing a message, and maybe you didn't hear it the first time, and so somebody else is going to tell you the same message. You're going to go, hey, somebody else told me that. And then, but you're still not quite, I don't know, that doesn't sound like something I could do. I don't think I could do that. And then you'll hear it from another person. And then it's time to really notice, okay, I've heard this information 3 times. I better look into this because somebody's trying to tell me something. And then you find out, wow, I really love doing this. Or, boy, that was really good that I heard that because I went and had my brakes checked and they needed to be tightened or repaired or replaced, or something about my car, or maybe it was, something about my finances, that these messages come through. So that's another way, the financial angels particularly, though, like you'll get this nudge. I get these nudges to either check my accounts online, just make sure everything's good, check the bills again thoroughly to make sure I'm not being overcharged for something, and also to, send in the bills before they're due. So that's another one, car payments, things like that. Or you might remember, I owe so-and-so, a lunch, or I owe that I've got to make that payment. And so you'll get these little nudges. It's just little thoughts that pop in your head. Usually when you're exercising or walking or doing something, maybe you're reading that these little thoughts pop in your head, and so you check on things. Or for me, sometimes I love shopping on eBay, and I get a nudge to look up something that, boy, I get some good prices, because if I follow those nudges, or that little thought that pops in my head, that is perfect. I look up that thing today, like I just did it for my grandson, Linda Mood Bell Talkies program for his preschool age, that to help him really enunciate better and form images in his head that match the words that he wants to say, and it's not always an automatic thing for everyone. So I'm thinking that his learning style will benefit from the Linda Mood Bell system the same way his dad's did when he was a boy. And so I looked up on eBay, and here's a lady selling exactly what I'm looking for. The first program and the second program. And who would think of looking on eBay for that? I mean, but I did. I got a really great price on the whole thing. I had to do some fancy bidding, but I got it and saved about, $300, maybe more, on buying the kit from Linda Mood Bell. So that's another way, that the angels work in my life, that I would call, that's part of the financial team, the money team of angels. And so they give me nudges when I can save money and benefit someone. I felt really good about that. Really good. And my car is the same thing. When I bought my car and I waited 10 days to get a loan and was able to buy the car, and that was like a beautiful car, and nobody else bought it. This was probably 4 years ago. So things like that happen when you trust your angels and you call on them for help, and you also give them an idea of what you want. So today we talked about the angels, how you can manifest with them, circle up and make a team, and let the angels help you in all the ways that they're able to. And you assign the jobs that you want them to do, and they will happily do it for you. And then you have faith that it's all going to work out, because, if you've been doing it for a while, you can look back and see the results. And if you haven't been doing it before, then it's really fun to start doing this, because it's magical and mystical and fun the way things start happening, and it's so much the way the universe wants to play with us. They want us to be happy, and we can expect great things to happen, and just know that it's better than I expected. So thank you so much for being a part of this call today and bringing your energy to it. And I want to especially thank Julia for popping in with some, comments. And thank you so much. And I will be back in a couple of weeks. And we'll talk more about working with the angels at that time. So for now, this is MaryAiñe wishing you many blessings and much happiness, and angels light your way. You can find me at angelslightyourway.com, and we can do more work with angels if you wish. So have a wonderful, wonderful couple of weeks, and have a wonderful life, and make it a great day. Bye for now.
If you've enjoyed this program, we invite you to join us again next time. On behalf of all WIN partners, we welcome you and your friends to attend more programs like this one on the Wisdom and Intuition Network. Our monthly schedule and program descriptions are available on the community website at worldclasswin.com. Until we meet again, we send you blessings for increased wisdom and intuition in your life.